Hi, I'm Nadia, and welcome to Fortune Emporium, a place where we not only introduce you to cool things, but to the stories of people being brave enough to follow their dreams. Today, I'm lucky enough to have been invited into the studio of a woman who wears many hats. She's a wife, a mom, a small business owner, and more importantly, a badass metalsmith. This is Sarah Woodruff of Lion and Lamb Studio. Thank you so much for having us today.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, your studio is gorgeous. It's my jam. So you are a metalsmith. Tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into your craft.
I worked at a bead store. I helped out at birthday parties and stuff. I was too young for them to pay me money, so they actually paid me in store credits. That kind of fueled, getting into jewelry making, and had a corporate job for 4 years and decided I couldn't do it anymore. So I took some classes because I figured if I was going to actually try to do this, I needed to be able to make some cool stuff. I started with making my own components for hoop earrings and stuff, and then I learned how to set stones, and it translated into basically full-on smithing.
What makes your jewelry especially unique is that you really incorporate elements from nature. So she uses things like wood and antler, bone, and even fossils. How is it that nature has come to inspire you so much, and what would you say to those people that may take issue with you using animal byproducts?
No, that's fair. I mean, nature's where it's at. If it's not nature, it's plastic. There's so much inspiration to draw from millions of years. Every rock that you see, even brown, dirty ones on the ground, are millions of years old, which is pretty cool in itself. And there's just so many beautiful patterns and geometry and stuff within nature that why would you not use it? As far as, animal products go, I think there's a way to do it ethically, responsibly. And I also feel that there isn't, any problem with using a whole animal. If you're going to use it for food, you should honor it by using the pelt and the bones and, all of it. Also, the animal doesn't have to die, necessarily. This is actually made from my dog's puppy tooth.
That's pretty amazing. And what's the stone?
It's a tourmaline.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, cool. You're a mom.
Yep.
And your daughter's fairly young.
She's 6.
She's 6.
Hi, Ruby.
Hi, Ruby. How do you balance being a small business owner and a mom and still manage to be present for both?
I'm really lucky, actually. Speak of the devil and the devil appears. Hi, Ruby. So I work while she's at school. So luckily, I have my own studio space here at my house in the backyard. And I'm able to work during the hours that she's at school, and then hang out with her in the afternoons. And luckily my husband's schedule is really flexible, so he's around and she hangs out with him.
Ruby, she actually came and visited us, and it looks like she has a note.
Oh, let's
You
see.
need a soup witch? A sandwich?
Let's see, Ruby's menu. Ramen or soup? Ruby's menu.
Cute. So your studio, it's beautiful, it's warm, it's cozy. What was it like being able to build a space from scratch? And is there anything that you might have wanted to know before you actually completed the construction?
Well, it cost about 5 times more than I assumed that it would, so there was that. The great part about it was being able to put it together exactly how I wanted it. Mm-hmm. Plugs everywhere, which is awesome.
I make very good use of plugs today.
The great thing was, I did it with my husband and my dad. My dad just lives one street over. That's where I grew up. And so he came over on the weekends, and we banged away at it until we had a building put up. The only other thing I would have done is probably put more ventilation in here because it gets a little fumey sometimes. But, that could be fun too.
Right. Meeting the maker wouldn't be as fun if we didn't really get to meet the maker. And with that being said, it's fun fact time. Sarah, is there anything about you that the audience might be surprised to know?
Well, I ran a burlesque troupe for 6 years. Produced a burlesque show all throughout the Bay Area. In fact, we had a monthly show in Livermore at Sanctuary for a while.
That was you!
So we had anywhere from 4 to 10 performers in a show. I emceed our shows, I danced in our shows, and I sang in our shows. Singing is the only one of those things that I still do. I want to put together a metalsmith band called Hot Pickle.
Oh my God, I just love her more and more every time I see her. Okay, well, thank you. That was a surprise. Please be sure to follow Sarah on Instagram at Lion and Lamb Studios. Yep. And thank you for having us.
I'm so glad you came. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. Please be sure to continue and follow our stories to meet more inspiring makers. And remember, luck happens by chance, but fortune happens by choice. So get out there and make luck.